West Limerick Resources has a long history of working with a range of disability services here in the community. The SICAP programme has enabled us to work with the services, individual service users, and in some instances the friends of community groups who support them. Membership of the network is currently drawn from the intellectual disability, physical and mental health services, including Brothers of Charity Service, Girtboy Training Centre, Churchtown Day Hospital, Maple Lodge and Rathfrieda Cheshire Home. While we've worked historically with the services on an individual level, we have successfully networked them through the development of the West Limerick Ability Network. The aim of the network is to share information, ideas, resources and build opportunity for the service users and community while adopting best practice in our work and promoting social inclusion. I chair the network meetings and I am supported by community development staff. Never was it more important that this network was established. As we re-engaged with services early in the year, it was so clear that the past 2 years of the pandemic had a huge negative impact on the lives of those with a disability. Centres had closed, programmes had ceased, friendships were fractured and people had withdrawn, and there has continued to be a genuine concern on the impact of COVID-19 on all service users, their mental health, their social interactions and community connections. So the network members made this the key focus of its plans, how we can bring people back together safely and provide meaningful community-based projects to rebuild the individual's resilience, promote positive mental health and reconnect them with their community. This aligns with our programme priority for 2022-2023.
The Brothers of Charity Services are now in Newcastle West for almost 40 years. With the last 15 years, we've had a great partnership with West Limerick Resources and the SICAP programme. In this programme, we got funding to do various activities, such as arts and crafts, life skill programmes, we've done baking programmes, and we've also done employment programmes. But I suppose one thing we were really proud of was our radio programme, which we produced for the local community radio. The Brothers of Charity were delighted when the West Limerick Resources invited us to become part of the West Limerick Ability Network. This network has brought organisations like ours together in West Limerick to focus on the ability of our people, which we wouldn't have had the opportunity before. By doing so, we can share information, we can share resources, and we can be a voice in the community so that we can show what we can do rather than not do as part of our ability.
Our meetings provide a space for sharing and learning together. We have created an assets inventory for each centre so we know what can be used and shared for projects and then what is needed when planning for new ones. So it's also a more cost-effective approach to our work. The services have not worked like this before and are now willing to share materials and resources, including access to a kiln, a tunnel and a training kitchen, which will open up so many opportunities. The Sunflowers for Ukraine project developed linkages to the Ukrainian community. SICAP is currently coordinating the response locally, so we were delighted to welcome the idea and response from the network members.
Yeah, so the trainees attending our service here in Girtboy Training Centre have been availing of support through West Limerick Resources and the SICAP programme since the beginning of this year. It has been a fantastic programme for the trainees to be involved with, as it has created lots of new opportunities, projects and friendships which have greatly promoted active citizenship and social inclusion for all involved. The Ability Networking Group then has enabled us, along with other service providers here in West Limerick, to work collaboratively with the aim of sharing resources, advice, information, while also allowing us to make whatever budget we have go a bit further. A great example of social inclusion and active citizenship for our trainees here in Girtboy would have been a project we put together with the support of the SICAP team. It was called Sunflowers for Ukraine, and the trainees here in horticulture decided to set sunflower seeds in early spring. They came up with an idea to donate the sunflowers to centres locally that are providing accommodation to the people of Ukraine. And I think it was just a nice gesture of solidarity to welcome the Ukrainian people into our community. The SICAP team were great and helped us to organise street visits locally. There was a centre in the Agricultural College in Pallaskenry, Carmyle House in Arda and Mount Trenchard in Fines. We met with children and adults from the Ukraine, and they were so appreciative of the efforts the trainees here in Girtboy had gone to, especially with the sunflower being the national flower of Ukraine. And I suppose that initiative has since led us on to our next collaborative project with other service providers. It is the Fairy Village project. We are creating this through our pottery classes and art classes here in Gorkby. All the service users within each organisation are in the process of creating their own special pieces like fairy doors, fairy houses, fairy swings. So once this is completed and finished, it'll all be put together collectively to create a fairy village in the forest walk down in Carher House for the children living down there.
There is a high level of interest and participation rates for the programme are excellent, with 27 service users engaging. The art is both therapeutic and creative, which is contributing to a positive engagement, reconnecting with old friends while meeting new ones. SICAP is providing some funding for resources needed and will fund the exhibition, which will be launched by our Mayor as part of our 2022 Social Inclusion Week celebration.
Hi, my name is Nora Summer. I'm a trainee here in Gorkby Training Centre in Newcastle West. I really enjoyed being a part of this project. It was so much fun, and the people from Ukraine that we met were so nice when we visit the centres. I was glad to be able to welcome them into my community. We are making fairy doors for our next project in our pottery classes. There is going to be a fairy village in one of the centres we visit. It is Carher House in Arda, and other organisations are involved too.
There's an old Irish saying, Ní ceart go cur le céile, stronger together, which resonates here. The network will continue to develop on the strength of these small projects, which have helped to demonstrate what can be achieved through collaboration, thereby maximising our time, efforts and resources. This in turn supports people with disability to have increased opportunity for learning, skills development, community participation and active citizenship. Our next piece of work is to increase the network membership, supporting service users across all the services to be represented and bring their voice to the table in driving and promoting the social inclusion agenda across West Limerick, focusing on what can be done and what we can do and do better together.